Hey everybody, you've reached Elizabeth and Joanne with World's Cup of Joe, Awaken Your Soul. Welcome to our channel. If those of you that are new here, we want to welcome you with open arms. This is your channel for all things twin flame union energy. This is the spot. This is the spot to start transforming your energy from that addictive, obsessive energy with your twin flame into the one of union, that one that magnetizes your person back. And this channel is like no other. So welcome, feel the difference for yourself. And before we start our topic today, which is a really good one, seriously, really good one. But before we do, we want to let you know that you have stumbled upon this channel at the perfect time to really start getting help and guidance in your connection this week. 40% off discount off of our 30-day twin flame detox, which is life-changing for this connection. Seriously, life-changing. And our balancing program, nobody else teaches balancing the way we do. Nobody else has a program that really works you through the steps of balancing your connection the way we do. And finally, if you need a little more guidance, we are offering the same 40% discount, which let me just say, we rarely have ever offered 40% off any of our programs. So this is the time, my loves. This is the time to really take advantage of this huge discount that we are gifting to you. If you are needing a little more guidance, we offer 3 different Souls Plan complete twin flame programs. Take a look at the link below and see what you need the most help with, and let us help start shifting you into that place of magnetic soul energy, the energy that brings your person back in. So with that being said, we're going to get started.
So this question we have is amazing because it's very common. So I want to just show how easy it is for you to forget, right? Forget how powerful you are. Forget that this connection is a twin flame connection, and go back into that soulmate template and go back and push again. So we have this beautiful soul that we talked to yesterday. They manifested their twin flame back. They were running and their person came back. Their person comes back. And in that space of their person coming back, this beautiful soul forgot everything that they were doing that caused their person to come back, because they haven't talked to them in years and they were pushing for so long with addictive energy. Unfortunately, it's hard to realize you're back in addictive energy. And so thank goodness this beautiful soul contacted us and we're here to able to help them shift. But in that process, this is what happened and we want to talk about it. In that process, again, this beautiful soul has not talked to her person in years. They haven't seen each other. They're back in their life. They're balancing their person, and they pushed with addictive energy, which is okay. That's okay. It happens. It totally happens. I would say when they first come back, the mind goes cray cray and it forgets, and it's okay. And that's why we created the balancing program. We created the balancing program because all of these beautiful souls started manifesting their person just days in their detox program, that we needed to create the balancing program immediately after the detox because it was working, and they needed to know, what does it look like when I get a text? What does it look like when I go back on our first date? What does it look like when we're intimate for the first time? What does it look like to have a permanent relating experience? So that's why we created our balancing program. It naturally got created because the detox magnetized their person so much. So this is an exact scenario of that situation. We have a client, they manifested their person, and in that state, instead of balancing, they went back to push, which is okay. But this is what she said, and I want to talk about it so that I can help all of you shift, because I feel like it's very common. She said, I think I pushed too much. And she also said, in that state, they're never going to come back. And when we assured her, because this is the truth, when we assured this beautiful soul, you're never going to push so much that they're never going to come back, because you're never going to be so asleep that you can't get back into soul, right? Your energy that drew them in is going to keep drawing them in. The moment you get back into soul, it erases all the addictive energy. That's where balancing work really comes in, is getting back into that place that brought them in. Anyway, she asked this, and this is why we're doing this video. She said, are you sure? Are you sure? Is it really going to bring them back? And so my answer for that question, and this is probably a common question for a lot of you guys, is like, I'm doing all this energetic work, but are you sure they're going to come back? And my answer is, first, yes. Yes, if you're in soul, your person will come back. They'll always come back. They'll never leave. There's a yin and a yang picture where the yin is telling the yang, go ahead and go. You'll come back. You'll always come back. That is the freaking twin flame journey. Your person comes back to you like a freaking frisbee, fast and unstoppable the moment you get back into soul. If you don't believe that, then you are not in a twin flame connection, period. Period. Are you in a twin flame connection? Are you in a twin flame connection? If you believe that this person only is interacting with you from mind and body, then no, I guess they won't come back, because you really did say something mean. You really did do something that is just temporary, right? Mind and body is temporary. What this connection is soul. Soul is infinite. Soul is eternal. Soul is forever. And so if this was a soulmate connection, and this is how you would know, you can easily forget them. There's no ascension symptoms happening. You're not having a spiritual awakening. Then yeah, probably you interacted with someone, you said something mean, and they will interact with you with body and mind, and they can leave forever. Yes, because it was something that hurt them, or something that made them feel sad, or it's something that you have to work with forever through mind. That's a soulmate connection, and it's okay. It's a connection. Every connection is different. And me and Elizabeth are actually going to create a video for you guys on twin flames, soulmates, and karmics. It's going to be an amazing, explosive video to really shift in all of your connections that you have, because you're awakened goddesses now, gods, kings, and queens. You're awakened now, so all your connections are different from everything else. So back to this scenario. Are you sure, Joanna and Elizabeth, that my person, my twin flame that came back from my soul alignment, is going to come back even though I pushed through mine? And my answer is yes, if this is a twin flame connection. Even that question alone is saying, they came back because I'm in soul. They came back because of my alignment. And now you're telling me that the alignment and the soul and the magnetism is just not going to work this time. It worked earlier, but now it's not going to work this time, because now the mind thinks it's controlled through mind and body, when this is a connection through soul. And soul is infinite. Soul is your connection. So the limited aspect of the mind that sees this connection and says, are you sure? That part of you is seeing the connection through mind, through fear-based energy, through separation consciousness. And my answer is yes, they will come back. But if you keep asking, you're not in soul. Even asking means your intent is off. I don't give an F if they come back. I'm in soul. I'm aligning with soul for me. Boom. That's when they come back. It's the paradox of the twin flame connection. You can't align with soul for them. You're aligning with soul for you, because you love yourself, because it feels amazing, because you can't live in this obsessive, addictive energy forever. And you have to find that solace and peace eternally from within. And they come back. They always come back, my love. They'll always be in your space. And when you get to a place where you don't need them and you are everything in that state of union, they don't leave. They crave you. They want to be with you. They're stuck to you like the magnet that you are. But we never, ever wonder. I mean, I guess sometimes I'll say, my mind it'll worry, because our connection is so beautiful. When you're in union, it's just so beautiful. And Elizabeth said it. before earlier with me before this call. It's so easy to navigate this connection because it's just soul. It's unconditional love. It's a burst of God's love. You don't have to interact with mind. You don't have to figure things out, talk about it. It's all soul work. And so sometimes my mind wonders why if soul doesn't work anymore either. But it does. It always does. It never stops working. Soul never stops. Soul doesn't turn off. You're soul forever, my love. You are soul. When you leave the body and mind, leave this world, the body and mind goes. Soul is infinite. So yes, it might say it, but this one moment where you have those like doubt, it's a confirmation of the journey alone. The doubt is mind and soul is the knowing. Soul knows they're going to come back. Soul knows, soul feels when they're coming back. Soul is always going to be with you when you're in soul. Now, yes, I guess we could say you go back in mind, you forgot that you had an awakening, you forgot that you're not your mind and your soul. Would you though? You would never go back. You'll never go back to sleep, which means you'll never push the same way. So it's okay if the mind did a little bit of weird stuff. You go back to soul again for you this time. Intent has to be about you this time. In that space, they come back and then you balance, my love. You balance each interaction based on your energy. This is very, very deep. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if you manifested this video, it's very deep. This is one to save so you can really get to the place of not only magnetizing your twin flame back in your space permanently, but also balance them, my love. Because it's okay. Just because they came back doesn't mean you're like in union forever and ever and they're never gonna pull. It doesn't, it's energetic. It's a process. And you work your way there in each interaction. That's why you're balancing your energy in each interaction. What do you think?
Yeah, we were just talking about before this call when I said it's so easy to be a twin flame. All of my other soulmate connections in my life are making me realize now, as the awakened one I am, that interacting through soul, with soul, as soul, is really, really easy once you've learned how to do it. And now it's like every other interaction with a soulmate, with a friend, with a family is really starting to be challenging because you're introducing mind and you're now going into mind instead of staying in this place of soul. And you're now manifesting different things from that relationship with the soulmate that is not what you're used to with your person. It's really hard to explain, except that soul is unconditional love. So I know if I go in mind and I pop back into soul, my person's right there and everything's forgotten. But with a soulmate, with a friend, with a family member, if you start interacting through mind, they don't forget. They hold conditions. They keep score. They keep track. They keep judgment. And so it's like with your person, once you've learned how to navigate and balance them, you don't ever have to worry about the past because you know the past is now irrelevant. You get to stay present with them. You don't have to worry about the future because you know you're not promised the future. You're promised today, right? You're promised this now moment. That's all you're promised. That's the reality. But with a soulmate, with a family member, it's like the mind goes straight into past and worrying about what was said and how do you do this again? How do you navigate that when you're trying to align with soul? So in your twin flame connection, even though it feels so hard learning how to balance, we want to assure you once you get there, once you really, really shift into a place of balanced energy with your person, it will feel so natural. It'll feel so good. It'll feel so calm. And not only that, it'll actually feel so easy. And I think that's what you guys needed to hear from me today. It will feel so easy because this journey feels so hard. And I remember trying to balance my person. And I was just telling you, Joanne, holy crap, 4 years ago, if I would have known that I would be in this place today where I'm so at peace, where I'm so aligned, where I never think about what he's thinking, doing, and feeling, I would have been so grateful for that, like little glimpse into my future, because it is so easy. My person is so easy to be around. He's the one person in this life that is 100% easy to be around now, because boom, all I have to do is go back to soul. All I have to do is release the mind. But it's but I'm going to be real. It's really hard with everybody else. It's like our person is preparing us for all other interactions in life. How do we get to this place where we can release the mind for everything else? In this journey, you focus on you. The more and more you focus on you, the more and more you see your person. The mind wants to do it backwards. The mind wants to focus, 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 focus on your person and think that that will make them come back. That's not what this connection is. This connection is wholly energetic, fully energetic. If you believe you're a twin, if you believe this connection is what it is, you have to trust the energy. And the energy wants you to line up with soul. The energy wants you to line up with your God source self. And if you're doing anything other than that towards your person, you're not going to see them in the physical. And there's going to be lessons all along the way, right? You're going to learn how to balance. And we want to assure you also, when you magnetize back in and you don't know how to balance right away, that's okay. It's okay. If you knew how to balance right away, we would say you're already Jesus and Buddha. Because everyone that's learning to balance, including Joanne and myself, when we learned how to balance, we went back to mine too. You're not you're not needing to just be this perfect person. That's not what this journey is about. This journey is learning how to be you, the true you. Release mind, get into mind. Release mind, get into mind. And the more and more you're watching it and you're being conscious of it, the more and more your person keeps coming back. Now, what most people do, unfortunately, in this journey is they go back to mind and they don't know how to get back. They forget like everything they learned that made this journey about them, and they go right back onto focusing on their person. And that's going to push. It's going to push each and every time. Balancing means, okay, yes, my mind slipped and I went and I focused on my person, but I'm coming back to me, coming back to my God source energy. I'm coming back to this place of non-duality, of neutrality towards this person. And when you get there and when you really shift into that, I'm doing this for me, holy freaking smokes, your life changes. You are raising your consciousness into this new level that you've never been at, and you're keeping going there. It's it's like magic, but it's not. You're literally pushing your limits of the secrets of the universe and the consciousness of all that there is, and you're embodying it in you. Like, that's powerful, powerful stuff. And we forget how powerful we are, that we've been selected to be awakened. And Joanne, you and I, when we watch this energy every day, we're reminded how freaking powerful we are, because not only do our people need us to be in this energy of God, so does everybody else. The more and more you raise your consciousness, you're magnetizing people that are meeting your new vibration. And guess what? They're not going to be able to interact with you in the same place that you were in when you were asleep. So you're learning from your person how to be in this place that you're going to eventually have to be at with everyone else in your life. And it's powerful stuff.
In your connection, you learn unconditional love, like at the purest form. So you actually kind of get spoiled with this connection, because with everyone else, there are conditions. And with this person, it's unconditional love, it's pure source love, it's God's love. And so when Elizabeth said, yes, it's very easy now to navigate my twin flame, even saying that, like her saying that, that's really powerful for you guys to hear. I want you guys to all feel this. Elizabeth, before her person came back, all she ever wanted was her person. All she ever wanted was to breathe every moment with her person. Anything, like literally lived for a text, for a message, for a moment with him was all she ever wanted. This is
Joanne, I would have given anything and everything I had in my addictive energy to be with him, to spend a moment with him, to get, like you said, to get a text from him. We can relate to your addictive energy because we were there. We were there.
like, I don't want to downplay the obsessive energy,
No,
need for your person. All that was literally our journey. Like, it was all we ever wanted. And yes, we still have this knowing, right? We all have this knowing as a twin flame that they are us and that we're meant to interact and be with this. We just have a knowing with this person for the rest of our life that we are together. We're supposed to be together. There's some form of knowing that just knows there's something deep.
there's nothing else, right? There's
Yes.
no one else. I will never be satisfied with another person the way I am with this person.
Yes. There's no one that can ever top
Yes.
this. This
And
is,
that's why it feels like, how do I go on?
I
When
know.
in separation, how do I go on with my life when this person's nowhere to be found and they're the only thing in my life that makes sense? That's what I felt every single day. How am I going to survive? Because at the time of separation, I was 41. How am I going to go another 40 years potentially? Because that's what the mindset. How am I going to go another 40 years potentially without this person when he is all that makes sense in my life?
Yeah.
And it's painful and it's terrifying. And then it's like, okay, well, I have to do something. I have to do something or else I'm going to just die, like internally,
Yeah.
not really, not physically, but internally,
Well,
emotionally, I will die.
that's why this is a twin flame connection. You had to experience the awakening. You had to have a dark night, for goodness sake, guys. Like, this is not something we can downplay. This person was the biggest catalyst for your awakening. Like, they showed you a piece of God, unconditional love, a joy beyond anything in the world, and then they can't be in your space, and then they're pulling, and it's like it's like the death of all of us, where it was like, why would God give me something so beautiful and magical and then take it away? And what can I do to even be at peace again? And for some reason, getting lost in the addictive energy, right? Getting lost in the stories was the only way that kept feeding the mind. But we knew, all of us knew, there was something deeper beyond that addictive energy. But the hopelessness, the need, the want, the desire, the begging, the hoping, the praying, all of those external need for him, her, right? Your person, for your energy to be one again. It's like so urgent. There's nothing else that can ever compare to this unconditional love. And once you've tasted unconditional love, you can't ever go back. You look at these soulmate connections and family and friends, and you even try to move on won't make sense, because no one can ever relate or connect to you the way your soul does. And it doesn't make sense, because some people, they barely know the person, but it feels like they know them their whole freaking life.
You know
You
what,
have.
Joanne? Because you're the same, you are the same through and through with
Yeah.
morals, with ethics, with fundamentals with your person. So whereas you can meet a soulmate and you can have a lot in common, but you're going to have a lot of differences too. You might have philosophical different, you might have just different worldviews, but you still find them attractive or you still find them interesting. But with your person, when they speak
Well,
about an
you.
issue, it's
Yeah,
exactly
you're
what
one.
yeah,
Yes.
there's no differences. You have
Mhm.
the same viewpoints on life and it just makes sense.
And also, even apart, you connect and you are updated with everything the whole time. Like, you guys lived the exact same life, same way, no matter what would have happened, whether you met or not, we're doing the same thing. It's you experiencing you. That's the magical part of this journey is you get to experience you. So when Elizabeth said it's really easy now, it was really hard for freaking almost forever. What felt like forever for both of us with our people, it felt like forever
Yeah.
because all we wanted was them. All we desired was them. All that can ever fulfill us was them.
And
But
even learning how to balance them, Joanne, it
yeah,
wasn't overnight. It was a process for living with him again and calling you when my
yeah.
mind wanted to get not when my mind got triggered or when it went into the stories or
Well,
when the yeah.
that's why balancing is the big leagues because it's not for the weak. Like you're literally coming back into this place of soul. That's and so when me and Elizabeth are telling all of you guys it's really easy now, well, that's because we've navigated soul. We're asked to navigate soul every day. And interacting with anyone in mind, it's exhausting. It's a lot of work. It's hard to interact with these soulmates that are asking you to interact with them in mind and then be in soul again. While our people are just soul, they're just God, they're just love, they're just no mind energy. There's no mind energy. It's really peaceful. It's really, really peaceful. Union is different.
We're out of peace is when we're in mind.
Yeah,
That's the only time in our
it is.
connection now that there is no peace is when we're in mind for whatever reason. It's
Correct.
never because of them. It's never because of them. It's
No,
always
they
us.
meet us, they meet us in soul. They crave this soul energy that they are. And so when all you ever wanted to do was breathe in your person, it seems impossible.
Hold on. Oh my gosh, you just made me think of what I did. Oh gosh, was it this morning or was it yesterday? I don't remember. I think it was this morning when you just said breathe in your person. So I want to say this. I want you guys to hear this as a balanced person. So my person hasn't been feeling well. He's always stressed and he doesn't feel well a lot. And he's sitting at his work desk and I go and I just like kiss his head and I sort of rub my fingers through his hair and he's like because I don't say anything and he says I'm sorry, I'm busy with work, blah blah. And I said it's okay. I said I just like to sometimes breathe you in. And I did it in soul, right? There was nothing, I didn't need anything
No.
from him. I just
Yeah.
wanted to smell him. I wanted to feel him. And when I do that, I close my eyes and I feel into our oneness with it. There's nothing I need from him. I just want to almost like feel like this is exactly my energy at the time that I was breathing him in. I was feeling my peace because I knew he sort of needed it. And so I felt into soul. I soaked him in and I tried being peace for me. I did it for me and I knew it would transcend to him. But that's how you learn how to balance this stuff. Whereas before I would have like been soaking him in because I would have wanted a hit from it. There's no hit. There's no spike in energy when we do this stuff now. When you say you rub your person's beard for presence,
Yeah.
that's what I was doing.
It's for present.
I was rubbing his hair. I was feeling his hair. I was closing my eyes and I was feeling into peace. There's
Yeah.
no addictive energy in that. And
No.
that's the difference. And so, yes, we can breathe them in without addictive energy now. Whereas before, our energy would have gone everywhere. We would have made it about them. And now it's like, we're making it about peace. We're making it about God. Like, what is this?
Oh, this is the level that you become with your person. You're being asked to interact with them in the level of God and peace and presence. And so before it was all fear based. It was desire. It was separation consciousness. It was
Ooh, you're
that
right.
was
Now it's love based.
it
There
is
was
love
just
based.
love.
Mhm.
That's God's energy. That's
It is.
soul's energy.
Yes. And so this is the comfort that the mind wants to hear. The mind wants to hear, is this going to work? The mind wants to hear, are you sure? And what we're telling you is this is the only thing that works. Soul is the only thing that works. God's love is the only thing that works. It's a paradox of your soul. You are your soul. And so, will my twin flame come back? Are you sure, Joanne and Elizabeth? If you know for sure they are your twin flame, what you've been doing with the mirror exercise and the tarot and the um, visualization and praying, you know that didn't work. So you can stop doing that now. But the soul, my love, the journey to your soul, the spiritual ascension that's happening, whether you like it or not, this awakening within you that's allowing you to recognize the peace, the love, and God's love, that's this connection. That's this journey. That's union energy. Elizabeth just said it. She had her hand on her person's hair and she's feeling presence. She's present with her person. He's stressed about work. A typical twin flame who's in mind in fear-based energy is trying to solve it for their person. A balanced twin flame is their present being and their person gets the presence. There was no stories in that. I'm present with my person in this here and now, and we're interacting in the now, and I'm being next to them. That's what union is. That's what you become. That's what you emulate. When we help clients, and this happens all the time, in almost every situation and scenario, their person was pulling, they were nowhere to be found. The person comes back in, and guess what me and Elizabeth say? You guys know it's our tagline. Of course. We say it all the freaking time. We say it all the time because that's what this connection is. Of course. Of course they're going to come back. Of course you're going to get a text. Of course
This
you're going to run into them.
this
Of course.
connection reveals
Of
itself through
course.
energy. It reveals
Yes.
itself through energy.
Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. And that's the cue. That's the cue for all of you. Of course, it's my energy. I want you to start talking about this connection as energy. Of course, that was my energy that brought them in. Of course, I brought them in because I'm aligned with soul. Of course, they're going to want to be in my space because they are me. This is different. This connection is different from everything else you've ever experienced. This is why it's so urgent for the mind. It really wants to reconnect with itself, and it doesn't know how to do it. So it does it through obsessive energy, through addictive energy, through stalking, through whatever it does, right? It does it unconsciously. But you're the conscious one, my love. Of course, I'm going to bring them in because I balance. Of course, they're going to come in when I started aligning. I've been taking these walks. I've been reading deep spiritual books. I've been really making this journey about me. Oh my gosh, girls, I just got a text. And me and Elizabeth are saying, of course, most divine feminines, they go right back into mine. They lose the alignment. Let, of course, be your guide way to get back into the energy that brought them in. We want that to be a cue. Of course, get into the place of gratitude as soon as you see your soul. Of course, I'm going to bring them in. Oh my gosh, this energy is fun. How cool is this? This energy is so fun to interact with. I want you guys to get excited with interacting with the energy of soul. Of course, my person came in. How cool is this? I get to be in soul and I get to interact with my soul through presence. How can I be present with this one person? How can I be present with them in this now moment? In the first stages of when Elizabeth first brought her person in, her very first words were, I'm just going to be present with him. I'm going to stop trying to figure out the future, stop talking about the past. I just want to be present with him here and now. Because it was like, what did you say, love? It was like, if I never see them again, at least I have this present.
I want to at least be able to enjoy this moment because I might not ever see them again. They might not message me again. I've seen it. I've seen him ghost me. I am not promised anything except right now. And if so, I want to at least enjoy this moment and feel into it.
And that was the key that kept bringing him in. Let me just be present with this person right now. Let me just be present with this text right now. Let me just be present with this breakfast that we're meeting for, or coffee that we're setting up. Let me just be present with my dream I woke up to. Let me be present to the song, our song that I just heard. Let me be present with everything that my soul brings me to balance my energy back to soul. We know this video is powerful. All of our videos are powerful. If you're new to this channel, welcome to this union energy of soul. This is where twin flames balance their connection by getting back into that magnetic state of soul, where of course they bring in their twin flame. And of course you're going to balance your energy, my love. Of course you are. You all are. This energy is energetic. It's soul work. It's not what you say. It's not what you do. It's how you are being. Be that light, that love, that presence. That's what they seek. They crave you in this state. Not just them, but everyone does. Everyone does. Your family, your friends, your kids, your workplace, everyone wants your God energy, love. They all do. Everybody wants a piece of your soul. Your soul is everything. You're one with everything. And that's the state where everything that is drawn to you is your vibration, including your twin flame. They are your vibration. They're your exact frequency. You're telling me you align with the frequency of your twin flame, they're not going to be in your space? That makes no sense. It's like saying I don't think they're a twin flame then. And the only way to find out is to really get deep in soul. Seriously. There's bulletproof that they're your twin flame by just simply becoming soul. Find out for yourself. Are they my twin flame or not? Well, let me get deep in soul and let's find out. Because I guarantee you, you're going to manifest, whether you like it or not, elements of your person. You're going to manifest in some shape or form ways to balance more and more of what you are being, which is your soul. This is the cool part of the journey. You get to a place where it's easy. That's why it's so easy for us to help clients, because we've perfected our balancing work with our people. It's so easy with them now. It's so chill. And when we help clients and they email us immediately after they talk to their person because of the shifts they had on our call, we say, of course, because we know it's really easy to balance this connection. And that should be comfort for you guys, because it was not easy for us. It was hard as F. It was freaking hard, my loves. Like, it was almost impossible. It felt like it was impossible because we've been in mind this whole time, our whole life. And there's no better catalyst than your person to like have all these triggers and mind things that come up. They know exactly how to get you to soul. It's going to ask you to get into soul. This connection is going to ask you to get deep, deep, deep in soul for you. And it's only for you. And they don't leave, my love. It'll be easier. The more and more you balance, it gets easier. It's not always perfect, right? Because Elizabeth said there's ups and downs, but there's always, always, always this place of peace that's readily available for you now. So if your person pulled and you pushed a little, get back into soul. They're going to want you again. They're going to crave you again. And what do you have to do when you're in soul and they come back? Stay in soul. Be in soul. How can I be present with this person that I am? They're me. They're coming in because they are me. So how do I continue to be me? We love you guys so much. Our sale, my dears. This is our Christmas in July. It's the biggest one in the year. And we love being here with all of you in your journey. Not in communication, we highly recommend doing the detox. If you're needing help to balance, balancing programs there. We're here to help you. We love you guys so much. We hope you have an amazing, amazing day. Bye, love.
Bye, love.